Welcome to AP European History Review.
Today, we are going to talk about the printing press. Prior to the printing press, so for some context, the Catholic Church was number one in society for a really long time. They had the most power, the biggest say, they were number one. Most of this was because they had control over what the general public knew. Not many people were literate, and anything that was produced had to be sanctioned by the church, so they were going to be religious in its context. And then comes the printing press. So the printing press is going to be, think of it as the original copier or the original printer. It's going to be this movable kind of machinery that's going to print text or images onto some sort of fabric, right? And they can do this a lot quicker than people that are sitting down in a chair and handwriting page after page after page. So this does the job of many people, but it's just one person operating this machine. And Johannes Gutenberg is going to be the one that gets all the credit for the printing press. However, he was just a guy that put parts together. We're going to see later on that there's a lot of different things that had to happen prior to Johannes Gutenberg for the printing press to be made possible.
The biggest effect that the printing press has is that it's going to increase access to text to the public. And if we have more text for the public, that means that we're going to see bigger increase in literacy rates for the public. As we mentioned, Johannes Gutenberg is the person who gets a lot of the credit for inventing, quote unquote, the printing press, but really he was kind of capitalizing on the work of a lot of people before him. The printing press also helps because it spreads books that are written in the vernacular. Now, we talked about the vernacular last time, so think, what does that mean? The vernacular is when words are written in the common tongue, what people are used to speaking, which is much easier to read. And so because we have more books, because we have more literacy, we're going to see more people want to learn, more people want to read, which is then going to lead us into new ideas, like we'll talk about eventually, like the scientific revolution or the Reformations. So what's being printed besides religious text? Because the first thing that's printed is actually the Bible. Okay, so there's a lot of religious texts that need to be printed. But what else is going to be printed? Reference materials, travel manuals, biographies, maps, charts, where people are discovering new things, a lot of court documents, legal proceedings, and then a lot of opinions about politics and government and people questioning the structure of our society.
So for today, we have provided you with a reading. It's hyperlinked there. It'll be in the description below if you want to access it there as well. Really goes into a little bit more depth of how the printing press came to be and the impact that it had at the time. So please read that, take notes. It's a really good overview about the printing press.
These are the historical developments. Only one slide for today. So remember, this is what College Board really wants you to know from today's lesson. So take a read. Thank you very much for today. That is all.
Bye.